For centuries, there have been these shadowy organizations, right? Operating just beyond what we can see, fueling all kinds of speculation and, honestly, a little bit of fear. We're talking about secret societies, of course. And today, we're going to open the dossier on some of the most mysterious groups in history.
It always starts with these whispers. Whispers of men in hidden rooms, pulling the strings of power, guarding these incredible world-changing truths. And what's really fascinating to me is just how persistent these stories are. We're talking centuries and continents here.
So, that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? Are these just thrilling stories, fun legends? Or is there a real secret architecture of power that most of us just never ever get to see? Well, let's find out.
All right, let's open our first case file. The Freemasons. Now, these guys are probably the most famous, and if you believe the stories, the most influential secret society of all time.
So, conspiracy theorists will point to all these Masonic symbols supposedly hidden in plain sight. I mean, from the actual layout of Washington, D.C. to weird markings on our money. If these claims are true, it suggests this staggering level of hidden control, just woven right into the fabric of our society. But what's really going on here? I mean, what is their true nature? The Freemasons themselves say they're just a charitable fraternity, a brotherhood. But others are convinced they're guarding ancient, powerful secrets. And that mystery, right there, that's what keeps us all so fascinated.
Okay, moving on to case file number 2. The Illuminati. Just say the name. It immediately brings up these images of a global conspiracy, right? A kind of shadow government pulling all the strings behind the scenes.
Now here's the thing. The Illuminati was a real group, founded way back in the 1700s. Officially, they disbanded, but the legend says they just went underground. And today, they're rumored to control, well, everything. Global finance, governments, even the entertainment industry. All of it, supposedly, to bring about some kind of new world order.
You've definitely seen their supposed symbol, that all-seeing eye in the pyramid. Yeah, it's on the US dollar bill. But here's the real mystery. For all the talk, for all the whispers of their immense power, there is zero concrete proof that the Illuminati actually exists today.
And these ideas are not new at all. You can trace them back from the Rosicrucians in the 17th century to the Illuminati in the 18th. This whole idea of a hidden order with some kind of special knowledge is just incredibly powerful. And those old whispers, they've evolved directly into the conspiracy theories we hear all the time today. All right, case file number 3 brings us much closer to home. We're talking about Skull and Bones. And this isn't some ancient European legend. This is a very real, very exclusive American society based right at Yale University.
At its membership list, it's basically a who's who of the American establishment. We're talking U.S. presidents, senators, top business leaders, global influencers, you name it. And that insane concentration of power is exactly why so many people believe it's way more than just a college club. They see it as a direct pipeline to the ruling class.
Oh, and their secrecy is legendary. All of their rituals, all their meetings, they happen inside this one windowless building right on campus. They call it the Tomb. Now, what goes on in there is anyone's guess. It's the subject of wild speculation. But one thing seems pretty certain. The oaths taken and the bonds formed in that building, they last a lifetime. So what are we really looking at here? Is it just an elaborate, kind of weird networking club for the super elite? Or is it a binding pact where the world's future leaders swear allegiance to their little brotherhood above everything else? I mean, the implications of that are just profound.
For our fourth file, we're jumping back to 17th century Europe to talk about the Rosicrucians. Now, this group was a bit different. They weren't really focused on political power. It was all about mystical hidden knowledge. I mean, the Rosicrucians claimed they had the ultimate secrets of existence. They promised their members the secrets of alchemy, the mysteries of the universe, a real path to enlightenment. We're talking a total personal transformation.
And here's the wild part. Historians still debate whether the Rosicrucians were ever a real organized society in the first place. But in a way, it almost doesn't matter. The idea of them was so powerful that it shaped art, literature, and philosophy for centuries. Their legend alone was enough to leave a massive mark on the world. Okay, our final case file brings us right into the modern day. And it's about a very real annual gathering of some of the world's most powerful men, the Bohemian Grove. So picture this.
Every summer, the global elite, I'm talking world leaders, billionaires, power brokers, they all gather in this private redwood forest out in California. The public and the press are absolutely forbidden. What happens behind those closed doors is a total secret, but we know it involves some pretty bizarre rituals and, of course, private talks, far, far away from any public out.
And right at the center of their most famous ritual is this massive 40-foot stone owl. They perform a ceremony called the cremation of care, which involves a mock sacrifice in front of this thing. I mean, it's super theatrical, and for anyone on the outside looking in, it's deeply, deeply weird.
Now, the members will tell you it's all just theatrical fun, a summer camp for the powerful. But critics, of course, they ask a pretty fair question. When you get all the world's most powerful people together in total secrecy, are we really supposed to believe that major decisions aren't being made? That the fate of nations isn't being discussed, right there under the shadow of a giant stone owl?
So, as we wrap this up, what are we left with? Well, we're left with these enduring shadows. From the Freemasons and the Illuminati, all the way to Skull and Bones and the Bohemian Grove, they all point to this one persistent belief, that the real power in the world operates just out of sight.
At the end of the day, we're left with way more questions than answers, aren't we? The truth, whatever it is, lies buried beneath layers and layers of secrecy, oaths, and rituals. And maybe that's exactly how they want it to remain. Perhaps the greatest power a secret society has is the secret itself.